clearly have a presenter who is very empowered, and I'm so delighted that she's here. Excuse me, Rob Kaufman, coordinator for the program, usually gives some physical exercises at this point, but he is closing on a house in the Adirondacks.
Catskills.
And so he's tonight, and so we wish him well and we miss him. So you won't have to do some extra exercise tonight. And what I'd like to do now is introduce our co-director of the program, Mark Zilberman, social worker, geriatric care manager, who is just a wonderful person and part of our program. For those of you who don't know Frank, he's a member of our social service board, mainly doing our supportive televisiting program, which we want to expand and we're working on expanding to seniors, people who may be homebound temporarily, permanently. And next to him is a social work student who is going to be working with us this year. And we're very excited. It's just
Caitlin O'Neill.
Caitlin. Anyway, welcome. And if you have any questions that you want answered, you want the speaker to know before she speaks, now's the time. Yes.
I am a licensed
Oh,
maybe
we certainly can. And if you will, you're collecting our contact information.
Oh, as a matter, yes. If you.
And then just mark it so we know who you are. We'll be in touch. Mark Zilberman.
Oh, okay.
Yay.
Well, we are going to have exercise. Everybody raise their hand. Okay. I don't want to compete with Rob Hoffman and put him out of their job. Thank you for coming. I'm Mark Silverman, and I am one of the two co-directors here. That's why we're co. Rosemary Irving is my colleague who is here on the first Thursday of every month. And so this program, as you probably all know, is called Empowering Ethical Elders. And in addition to the twice monthly presentations, which are in our brochure, we also manage and monitor a telephone call line, which the phone number is in the brochure, and that is monitored, that you can call with questions elder related, and to myself or Rosemary will call back. We don't, you leave a message, we'll call you back. We check it every day. And that's the other part of the program. And as I mentioned, twice a month we have a presentation, and tonight's presentation, even before I go there, if you would, somewhere is a clipboard. You just as it comes around.
Ladies are eating, so I was holding it
Yeah.
until they're done.
Yeah. No, they have to stop eating and complete. I'm sorry. And if you just put your information on it, that would help us a lot. As well, there's a evaluation. I put one on every chair, and so if you could complete it, that would be great. So tonight's topic is pain. And Paul Gelano of the U.S. Pain Foundation was going to present, but he's in Delaware. I believe he's doing advocacy or attending to some political aspects of the foundation. But we have Wendy Foster from the U.S. Pain Foundation who's going to speak on the topic. I'm not going to go with what you talk about, but their organization is functions on a number of different levels. There's the level of advocacy, i.e., for example, working to get public policy that might compel insurance companies to allow allow an individual to get access to medications that their doctor wants, but maybe the insurer doesn't feel it's in their best interest to give right away, for example. That's a policy level. And they also help with support groups, and they also help educate individuals on how to manage their own pain. And that's as much as I'm going to say on that. Wendy, you feel? And Wendy and Tippy is here. And without further ado. Sorry. You're all right with the PA and the fan? Okay. Slow.
I was explaining to Mark that Chippy is slow on purpose. So he is taking his surroundings in, but my balance is so poor that I was given a very analytical dog, so he thinks about what he's doing before he does it, and he won't pull me over. First, I want to apologize really quick. I got into the city and suffered through those taxis and waited a whole hour so we'd get to our hotel. So here I am, looking forward to speaking with you. Is that better? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
As Mark said, my name is Wendy Foster. I'm the Senior Advocacy Ambassador for the U.S. Pain Foundation. And pretty much what that means is that when there's a bill up in a variety of states that will help pain patients get the medication they need or get the services they need, I prepare a testimony and I go and testify. I was recently in Albany. Albany is trying to pass a step therapy or fail first bill. We got one passed in Connecticut and it was the first in the nation, whereas we started with just pain medication to start small and hope to expand it. If your doctor writes you a prescription for a pain medication in Connecticut, the insurance company cannot make you try something else and fail first. They have to fill that prescription, that name brand, or the generic equivalent. No testing other medications and delaying the treatment that you need. So just to get that, that's what I do. A little bit about myself. I hold a double major Bachelor of Science degree in early childhood and elementary education. I taught early childhood for 26 years before I had to stop because of my pain. About 21 years ago, I was swimming with my children, thought I had a heart attack, and didn't have a heart attack. And I have an undiagnosed neuromuscular disorder, and all we know is that it's progressive. So I too have asthma, but I also have restrictive lung disease. There's nothing wrong with my lungs. My muscles are too weak to expand my rib cage. So I can't breathe in and I can't breathe out. So I have two inhalers here. So after dealing with my pain and not getting answers and going for different consultations. I have been everywhere. Somebody mentioned to me that I would benefit from having a service dog. And so about 17 years into my condition, I applied for a service dog and received one. And unfortunately, after 2 years, she had to retire at just 3.5 as she's going blind. So Tippy is just a young one. He's turning 3 in a couple of weeks. And he's been working 1.5 years. But my pain story changes dramatically from the moment I met my service dog. The people that were in my class, there were 4 of us, got to be very good friends. We still get together when we can, and we're in different states. And Paul Gelino, who was supposed to come this evening and couldn't make it, got the idea to do something called the Invisible Project, because pain is the invisible illness. Most times you don't see it. You see the effects of it, but you don't see the pain itself. And so there were 10 subjects that were followed for 24 hours, a photojournalistic display. We were interviewed, talked about our pain, and that's when I realized I had a voice and I could help myself with my pain. Because if you don't help number one, you can't help anybody else. You've really got to take care of yourself first. If you're a caregiver, you still have to take care of yourself before being of any, I can't think of the word, before being productive for another person. So it really is taking care of yourself. I came to understand that I wasn't the only one that had this illness or pain. Everybody has a variety of illnesses that have pain as a symptom. And I found comfort in numbers. I found security. I found my voice. Before meeting these individuals and getting involved in the Invisible Project, I could not speak in front of adults. Could not speak in front of adults. I stuttered, turned red, and my eyes just teared away. And I found that having the dog empowered me, and it taught me to have some unconditional love for my dog, and it's right back at me. So I began learning about the different types of pain I had, how to recognize the pain I had, how to recognize what time of day maybe the pain came, how to find out what activities maybe spurred it on, what made it worse, what helped, and I learned to space out what I had to do. I learned what different pains I had. Nobody has just one pain, no matter what anybody says. It's not just one pain. Pain can consume and get into all other issues, joints or muscles, or I have severe atypical migraines. I've had strokes from them. Everybody has a different pain story, and everybody's pain story is valid. So it's recognizing your pain, learning to work around your pain, and accepting the fact that you have a pain. You don't deny yourself glasses if you need glasses. If you have trouble seeing, you get help for that. If you have trouble walking, you get help for that. If you have trouble with your pain and it interferes with your life skills, you get help for that. Not everybody understands it. Sometimes it takes several different approaches, several different doctors to get somebody to understand your pain and understand you. So the first thing that I always stress is to decide where your pain is. What kind of pain it is. Is it a dull pain? Is it a sharp pain? Usually if it's very sharp pain, medical is the first thing to do. Talk to your doctor. Exercise can help almost all types of pain, but you need a professional to suggest to you what type of pain and what type of exercise will help that pain, how you can work through it, how if the morning is your time of day, then you get your stuff done in the morning, bit by bit, and rest in between. And then you decide something else you need to do. You decide if it's something that's going to help your pain or is it going to increase your pain. And it's you taking care of number one. You have to accept the fact that there's going to be some things that you can't do because the pain interferes with it. And it's okay not to do something. It's okay to say, this pain is too much today, I can't do this. That's what you need to do. You need to take care of yourself. When an opportunity comes up to do some type of an activity, you need to take a look at what the after effect is going to be. I was telling Mark, after I get home tomorrow, I'll be down for 2 days. But I thought about it, and the good outweighed the bad. You decide what it is that this is going to do for you, what is it going to do for somebody else, and if you think it's worth it to have the effects afterwards, then it probably will make you feel good to do it to begin with. So it's making that choice and deciding how to live your life with the pains you've got. Don't be afraid to use aids. Don't be afraid to get help getting in and out of your car. Don't be afraid to ask for help. If you have, I have a pain management journal that I brought, and there should be enough for everybody. And it's something you can write in, and it goes week by week. And you mark down what areas of your body have the pain. You mark down what times of day. You mark down what increases that pain. And you keep track of that. And it's a type of journal that you can take to your doctor and say, this is what's happening. This is what I need help with. How can you help me? Sometimes you don't need pain medication. Sometimes it's a matter of exercise. Sometimes it's a matter of rest. And then sometimes you do need medication. But there's narcotic medications and there's non-narcotic medications. And you just have to find the right one for you. Your primary care physician would know best. Hang on 1 second. At the U.S. Pain Foundation, we, Paul Gelino started it after the Invisible Project began. After he found all the different types of pain that were out there and spoke to the different people. And it started as CT pain in Connecticut. And we now have thousands of members in 46 states, and hopefully soon to have a couple more. And it was founded to support people with pain, to help educate, inform, advocate, create awareness, and empower those who share the feelings, frustrations, and daily challenges of living with pain. Support groups can be very good for that aspect. It doesn't have to be a support group where everybody sits around and complains about their pain. A support group can be maybe somebody comes in and talks about painting and people can paint and relax. Or maybe it's a support group where once a month somebody comes in and has an exercise class for you. The thing is, if you stay down, you're not going to help yourself or your pain. Let's see. So, when you decide to accept the pain and to realize what that pain is, then you can decide what is best for your lifestyle and what's best for you to do. If you have back problems, yoga is often very good. There is yoga that's low energy, very slow, yoga that can be done in a chair, which is very good. There are mild exercise classes that are low impact that can help. You find what fits into your lifestyle and you make something fit. You have to find the time. It's like when you tell somebody, have a good day. No, you want to tell somebody to make it a good day because it's up to them to make of it what they can. What you need to do, and I feel bad saying what you need to do, the best thing to do is to accept it, decide to work with it, find a way to help your pain improve. And again, I said it before, if it's a way of managing your pain, get consultations, find out, do your x-rays, do what's needed. You want to look to see what's physical first, if anything can be done to help that pain. After you find out about the physical aspects of it, anything, you don't want to do anything that could be dangerous and increase the pain, then you work with your doctor in finding something to help work with it, how to ease it out. Maybe massage is what you need. There are classes where you can learn self-massage to help your muscles. There are exercises that you can do every morning and every evening that are just a matter of sitting tall and stretching your neck up and turning your head slightly and turning it the other way. And when you're standing up straight or sitting up straight and your neck is up, you can feel the pressure come off your shoulders, come off the base of your head. And you just do everything in small increments. Don't try, they used to say, if it doesn't hurt, it doesn't work.
No pain, no gain.
That's it, yep, no pain, no gain. That's not true. Especially if you're dealing with muscular pain, you want to ease into it. You always want to relax, have a warm-up time before exercise. You want to have a low-impact exercise session, and then you need to warm down afterwards. You can't just go to a class and then walk out. That's not going to do anything for you because in 45 minutes you're going to be back where you were when you got there. So you have to take the time to help yourself. Take the time to find what works, and I'll say that a million times because everybody's pain is different. So you have to find what works for you. You have to find the doctor that works for you. Maybe the doctor you've been seeing for years isn't the doctor that's going to help you with your pain story. Maybe you're going to need to make a change. It's hard. It's very hard to go see somebody else and tell them your story all over again. But sometimes that's the best thing you can do. Peace of mind has a lot to do with pain as well. The more stressed you are, no matter what kind of pain you have, the worse your pain will be. I highly recommend to everybody to have a therapist. I think everybody on the face of the earth should have somebody to sit down and talk to who doesn't live in the house, doesn't live with your stress, doesn't have to deal with grandchildren coming to call and having to sit for this one or having to do that or trying to manage your life. Everybody needs somebody to talk to that they can just break it down, see it in another light, and that alone can help your pain tenfold. Don't ever underestimate the value of having somebody to talk to. With my pain, I saw so many different specialists. I was sent here, I was sent there, I've been to several states. They all see the same results, but nobody knows what it is. And after going to the Mayo Clinic in 1996, I was in such a dark place that I attempted suicide. And it wasn't until I had a therapist after that that helped me look at where I was going, helped me see what was best for me, and helped me work with my pain. And I've had that doctor since 1996, and I may take a lot of antidepressants, but it's a lot easier for me to manage my pain. After going through that and finding US Pain and finding my voice and feeling empowered, my pain felt 10 times better. I mentioned to Mark, if I'm lucky, I walk around daily with a pain level of 8 to 9. I won't take pain medication unless I have to for my migraines. Every once in a while, I'll take something to help with my back. But for me, even though I advocate for the US Pain Foundation and I try to make available all safe alternatives as well as prescription medication for patients, even though I do that, for me, medication isn't the answer. For me, living my life is the answer. I have felt better with my pain since I got out of my house, started doing things for other people, and not everybody can do that. But knowing that I'm helping somebody else gives me a sense of calm, inner calm in my body, just like I get from when my dog snuggles with me. Just knowing that you're able to do something despite your pain story. And it is a pain story. It's not this ache. It's not this pain. When you have pain and you're a person with pain, you have a pain story. There's a reason you have the pain. There's a reason you have to deal with the pain. And making the right choices to deal with that pain is in your best interest. Trying to think of what specific things I wanted to touch on. Minimizing your pain, I talked about that. Breaking your day into several places, make sure you rest. Stay away from things that bother you. Save them to a time when you know you're going to have time afterwards to rest. If you know something causes pain, you don't need to do it. If you do, ask for help. I mentioned exercise, breaking it up, making decisions. The decisions on what you do and how your pain affects you are your decisions. How to cope with it. Reading, meditation. There are meditation tapes that you can listen to, rest and relaxation. There's an author, Bernie Siegel, who has written several books. He was a surgeon and a cancer survivor, and he's got some amazing books, and you can get them on tape. And he has a calm voice, and it just relaxes you. Support groups that deal with rest and relaxation are excellent choices. A lot of insurance companies have programs available to the elders to help keep them fit, help get them fit again. A lot of Y programs. I'm not sure how many Ys are in the city, but there used to be a program with some insurance companies, Silver Sneakers, and they got their memberships free. They had exercise classes in the pool. I used to do it. I can't have water pressure on me anymore, so I can no longer do that. But just walking in the water takes the stress off your joints, relaxes you, and have fun. Whether you like water or not, you can't help but once everybody's in the pool and sees each other in the pool in their suits, and everybody's laughing, and by the time the class is done, you've forgotten about your pain. You've walked it away, you've relaxed, you've done something for you. Make time to do something for you, something that makes you feel good. My friend Cindy likes to knit, so she travels with me, and she brings her knitting, and she's able to find a place for herself where she can relax and knit. Sometimes somebody can't do something like that, but get out and do something for yourself. Find a buddy, find somebody else who maybe either has their own pain story or they're blessed and they're not bothered by it. Find somebody to work with you to do the things that will make you feel good. Don't be afraid to reach out and ask. The Silver Sneakers program also, you used to be able to take exercise classes, and they were chair exercise classes. And you sat in the chair and you exercised your ankles, you exercised your knees, you exercised your neck, your head, your shoulders, and you just relax. Pretty soon you find yourself kind of relaxing down into the chair. Doing something for yourself is probably one of the best ways to cope with your pain. There will be days, and I have a lot of them, where I don't leave my bed. But it's okay. You have to give yourself permission to do that. It's your life. It's your choice. You make that decision. I recently made the biggest decision of my life. I had no support at home. My husband had let all 3 children move back home, along with one of my grandchildren. And the mother of the grandchild is expecting again. And I got no support. I got no help. I used to say, why is it I look forward to going out and doing things for U.S. Pain and not coming home? And it was because I didn't want the stress. So I moved out. My family didn't think I would do it. And the first of the month, I moved out, and it has been the best thing that I ever did. I have relaxed. Sometimes my pain is worse than it ever was. Moving didn't make my pain go away, but moving let me see that I could deal with the pain. It let me find in my own way